This is my review on Spider-Man 2 from 2004. I give this movie a 5 out of 10, solid 5 out of 10. It's something I wouldn't recommend watching, nor I wouldn't stop anybody from watching. So it's not something I would it's not a movie I really like necessary, but it's not something I hate necessary. Spider-Man 2, so like the first one. This takes a few years later, by 2 years exact after the events of the first Spider-Man movie, and we're seeing the consequences of Peter's choice not to be with MJ but be alone and be Spider-Man has some consequences with endearing some relationship with MJ, and so that's what this one focuses on, is really the MJ relationship between Peter and Mary Jane, which was something that the first one really didn't focus on all. Was more tossed to the side. Was the first one, that part of the film element is the relationship between MJ and Peter. And here's what you missed was the first one. Harry vows revenge on Spider-Man, doesn't know that Peter Spider-Man is the same person. So later when he makes a deal with Dr. Octopus, Dr. Octavius, who takes on the name Dr. Octopus, the villain name. Then he finds out Peter and Spider-Man are the same person, which can't go through with it. Then he sees a vision of his father, which basically leads to Harry realizing that Goblin is his father. Green Goblin is. So this leads Harry down a path of revenge, and that leaves safe for the third one, but gets glanced over and brush off to the side for the third one. But that's a different time. And MJ's all engaged now, ready to get married and move on from Peter, but Peter wants a relationship now. But doesn't want to tell MJ that he has feelings for her because of his duties of Spider-Man. Even though he wants a life of his own. Well, that sucks. And MJ's moving up on Broadway, her play, and he hasn't seen it yet, so everyone else seen it except him, actually. So this puts me in an unlikable position towards Mary Jane, from Mary Jane's perspective. And so this leads to him failing and trying to get the play, and leads him to failing over again multiple times and trying to connect with his friends and Mary Jane. And which leads him giving up Spider-Man, giving up being Spider-Man basically, plus his loss of his powers and for some reason inconsistent working and failing on him off and on. That too. So yeah, I like how the 2.1 director's cut of the film basically explores all these ideas more thoroughly in the extended version of this movie. So, my thoughts on 2.1, 5 out of 10. And theatrical cut, 5 out of 10 of this movie. Just to let you know. So that's my quick thoughts on the 2.1 version of this movie. That's not going to get a second video, okay? Right now, I don't think I want to change that. And, so, Mary Jane tries to, Mary Jane tries to move on, but Peter wins her back. This, when he wins her back, he has his powers back, so he can't really be with her. So he is presented a little test to kiss Mary Jane and just sees if she feels something. So this leads to trial and error, and Sven trying to get his powers back and trying to rediscover himself, basically, and while trying to somehow trigger his and gain control of his powers somehow, and by focusing on his weight once, basically is just a lot. Just, yeah, I felt like, well, the first one had very little story. I feel like this one has very too much story going on in it. Too much going on to follow along for the average person. I felt like, I'm not that saying I couldn't follow him. I don't know if other people could follow along as much. And so, Peter takes down Doc after saving MJ and getting his powers back, and getting his suit back from Jameson. And Doc redeems himself by the end by sacrificing himself to the machine to drown it and killing him in the process. So, and MJ and Peter end up together by the end, even against the script, even though this script kind of got us, kind of like, well, was kind of like hinting in one direction, it kind of went in another direction. Instead of, not being with her, he ends up with her. I guess this movie's fine. Even though you don't really feel any personal attachment to Spider-Man or Peter or any of the characters in this movie, especially compared to the characters in the comics, these characters in the sequel, at least, have less shitty dialogue than the first one did, but somehow talk more. It makes it more awkward, the dialogue. It sounds like I'm hating on this movie. I'm really not, okay? I just realize, I just have complaints with this movie, okay? I don't entirely hate this movie, but I do have complaints with this movie. So yeah, that's my review. Subscribe to my channel, like this video, I hope. And You know, I don't see why most people don't be a movie critic on YouTube. And why most people don't give it a go. That's what I'm thinking now. Sorry, just wondering. I don't know why I'm recording still. I'm just going to stop it now. Bye.